The Robyn Rocket comic, supported by Arts Council England and Heart and Soul. Hello, my name's Robyn and I made this comic. I like music, art and playing the trumpet. I'm autistic. I would like to thank Ben Connors, Meg Beaumont, Sandra Reynolds, Arts Council England, Performing Rights Society Foundation, Help Musicians UK, Ronnie, David and Ian from Vinyl Deptford, Hamish, Fielding, Sean and all the other staff and volunteers at Cafe Otto, and my lovely Robyn Rocket crew. Photo credits: Bobby Jane Gardner, David Leskowski, Karina Townsend and Sandra Reynolds. I like experimental music. I would say experimental music is when you play instruments in a way they are not normally played or focus on sounds rather than tunes. I grew up in Suffolk, which was very rural and gigs were a long way from home. But now I live in London and gigs are very close. I had to learn how to go to gigs, stuff like how to talk to new people, or how to make my ears not ring after a loud gig, or that bands don't start playing for a while after the venue has opened. A lot of the bands I saw in mainstream events were white, middle-aged men. Gigs I went to where artists with disabilities were invited to play mostly had an audience of disabled people, so there wasn't a chance for the band to find more fans. Heart and Soul is an arts charity that supports me to develop as an artist. They suggested a monthly gig, so I started one. It was called Robyn Rocket in the basement of a record shop in South East London. I was invited to do Robyn Rocket at Cafe Otto. In September 2018 it looked like this, and in November 2019 Robyn Rocket was given some funding, and now it looks like this. What would it feel like to put yourself in someone else's shoes? What would it feel like to be the youngest person at a gig? To be the oldest person at a gig? To not have enough money to go to a gig? To have caring responsibilities and have to go early? To be the only person in a space with a visible disability? There was no toilet you felt you could use? Not know which band is which on the merch table. Not know what security will do to you. To be the only black person in a space. To be the only gay couple in a space. Inclusive conscious. Look for who is not in a space. Think about and ask people how to welcome them. Ask for feedback. Do what the feedback says. How we are inclusive conscious at Robyn Rocket. Robyn is always thinking about how to be welcoming. All crew wear yellow t-shirts so it's easy to know who they are, plus they are friendly. We make the space look like a homemade spaceship, so you know you are somewhere different. We use floor markers on the floor as a way to know where it is safe to stand, and we also lend out sunglasses and ear defenders. Tables have a timetable for people who need to know what will happen, information on merch, card stars to write feedback. We encourage good and bad feedback. We ungender the toilets. Our photo journeys tell you how to get to Robyn Rocket using local transport. We have social stories to explain what will happen at the gig. We ask artists what their access needs are, and we give examples too. Each artist has a shape and colour, so you know who is playing if you find reading difficult. Shapes and colours are on the timetable, on the stage, and on the merch table. We stream gigs so more people can come, such as people with health conditions, parents, and shift workers. Rocket Badge. Badges are given to everyone. They are used to help people who find non-verbal communication difficult. Turn your rocket badge upwards, which means happy to talk to anyone, sideways, if you only want to talk to people you know already, and down if you don't want to talk to anyone, and you can change your rocket position at any time. Robyn Rocket showcases visual art and music from artists with and without learning disabilities, autistic and non-autistic artists. How to be inclusive conscious. 1. Who is not in your space? 2. How can you welcome those people into your space? 3. Collect feedback. 4. Action the feedback. Before you go, do you have any positive or negative feedback on this comic? You can email me at robyn@robynsrocket.com. My name is spelled Robyn. Thank you for reading. Please share this comic with your friends. www.robynsrocket.com